The Apocalypse players present The Shadow over Moonhaven, a long-running campaign for Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 2nd edition by Kit Hillier, with Joseph Chance as Mikey Judd as Gore the Barbarian, Dan Wheeler as Neil Gardiner as Brother Peregrine the Cleric, Lily Maryon as Jojo Smith as Grenick Lavagrook the Mage, and with Danann McAleer as Kit Hillier as your Dungeon Master. Chapter 303, The Voice of Oslac Cynehelm. When last we left our injudicious heroes, they had found the mines deserted.
Slugbear!
A cavern stretched out in front of them, full of crooked black crystals like broken teeth with faces within them. As they made their way through the eerie landscape, the barbarian heard an evil muttering within his head.
You hear,
Brother Peregrine's lodestone pointed him towards the mine track that towered over them.
Sayanin Moonbow, guide us with your elven wisdom. Show us the phylactery of the Lich King, who torments the lands of Moonhaven.
And Gore began bravely to run towards the webbed structure.
nothing is easy in the eyes of the gods.
When they heard a familiar voice.
Are you in there? Are you in there?
Watch out!
Watch out for the trap!
Osick!
I'm past the trap, don't you worry about that. The sand did enough for me. Thank you very much, Gore. I'm here to help you all.
Oh, don't talk to him. Don't talk to him. Because he's hearing voices. Osick, are you alright?
He's still a way away from you.
Oh,
you just heard his voice in the distance.
I think with the arrival, because I seem to remember Kenelm's good looking, isn't he? He's like a...
Oh, he's very good looking.
He's like a heroic, roguish...
And he knows it. He spends most of his money on powdered face paint and stuff.
I look at him with a degree of superstitious awe, because he's like a city folk, urban type. And I say, I will not die listening to the voices of the dead. And then I run at this web, and I try and use my two-handed bastard sword to hook into it.
Oh, okay, great. Well, it's 5 feet. What's your strength and dexterity?
Strength 17, dexterity 16.
So both quite high.
I get a bonus because of the high dexterity, I think.
Do you have a jumping proficiency?
No. In terms of jumping, no, there is no bonus. I think maybe it's just a...
Straight dex. I'd say straight dex. It's not far. It's not like a leap into nothing. It's a leap towards a structure you can see.
It's exactly 16.
Whoa.
Hey!
It was meant to be.
Wow. So you make it, and you feel your hands, your rough, calloused hands grip onto this sort of zigzag structure of metal and wood. And do you begin to climb, or what do you do?
Yeah, I mean, that's the idea. I saw the lodestone go up, so I'm thinking that's...
The lodestone went up, so you're climbing this thing. You've cleared the brief chasm of who knows what's down there, and you're climbing this structure. The other two of you, you're on the edge of the ravine. The crystals are behind you, and, Peregrine, all you hear is... You hear Grenick say, let's let him fall. Let's take out the structures and let's let him fall.
I hear Grenick say that.
Yeah.
What? Grenick says it?
I say...
Yeah. But he just hears it.
Oh, I see, but But Grenick doesn't hear himself, though.
I didn't actually say it, though.
No.
Right, at that moment, I don't know whether Grenick says it or whether it's some weird thing I heard.
You've been watching. He clambers up the thing, and you just hear this whisper in the side of your ear. Let's let him fall. Let's take out the structures.
Well, I don't know whether that's Grenick messing with me or whether that's like some evil spirit. But at that moment, I think I just have to look after Gore because he's going after the phylactery, and I don't know whether I can make that jump. So I cast Bless on Gore at that moment because he's far enough away that I think I can cast it on him without affecting anyone else. So I draw out my holy water. This only takes a round, by the way. This is quite a quick blessing spell.
Good to know.
I draw out my holy water.
Gore's still climbing.
I draw out my holy water. I don't need to be able to touch him with the holy water, by the way, but I just sort of scatter it on the ground, and I point up at Gore with my finger, my free hand, point directly at him, and I say, "Blessed Sayanina Moonbow." Blessed Sayanine Moonbow, protect this man, defender of the faith and vanquisher of the evil undead.
And for a moment, you see this light up over Gore's body and then sink away into the darkness again, but you can still see his silhouette climbing as hard as he can.
Can I tell him what effect it has on him?
Well, please.
So basically, for the next 6 rounds, it will give him a +1 to any attack dice rolls he has to make. And
nice.
it will also give him a +1 against any saving throws against like fear effects.
Great.
Very useful.
Any fear effects, he'll get a +1 saving roll.
That's really good.
That could well be handy. As that happens, Grenick, what are you trying to do? Because you've seen this happen. You've seen Gore jump the void. He's climbing up the structure. You've seen Brother Peregrine here. He's casting this spell to protect him. You've heard Oslac Cynehelm, your previous compadre, back in the tunnels behind you, and he said, don't worry about that trap. I knew the way through and everything, but you still can't see him yet. And then you hear a voice in your head that says, stop his prayers. Stop his prayers. He is not worthy. Stop his prayers.
This is freaky now, Kit.
This is really freaky.
I like it.
It's really freaky, Kit.
Yeah, well, I always said it would be freaky.
You're good at being freaky.
So it does take me a round to do that spell. So if you do stop me, then obviously the effects I just said won't happen.
So, but
But you don't know that.
But don't stop me.
well, I don't know.
Well, it's up to you. The voices in your head are telling you to stop him.
How strong are they? How strong am I? Can I roll? I can.
It's up to you. It's a psychological thing.
But you know Gore had voices in his head,
He
though,
did,
right?
and he couldn't do anything.
But then I decided to overcome it, but maybe it was stupid. But maybe I'm doing exactly what they wanted me to do. I don't know.
The voices.
The voices in our heads.
So I'm thinking, stop his prayers.
We've never been this close to the Lich King before. We don't know what powers he has.
I know.
Have we seen Oslac Cynehelm, or is it just a voice?
No, you just heard the voice.
It's just the voice.
Did we all hear him, though? Did we all hear his voice?
I heard him.
You all did.
I heard him.
We all heard him.
Okay.
That feel like that's something we can maybe trust.
Okay, so I don't know. I want to try and fight this voice in my head. Can I do something, Kit? Like an intelligence roll or perception or something?
That's a really good shout.
Well, yeah, you could roll me a perception to see if you think it's actually your own thoughts.
Yeah.
Or if it's someone implanting thoughts in your head, or if it's...
Like an illusion.
Right.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I got a 10. And my perception is 9.
As far as you can tell, it seems odd because it's like a very direct voice, but it's basically you feel like you trust.
Okay.
whatever it's saying.
I trust the voice. So,
But you also trust your friends, so you're in a dilemma. Sorry to be confusing, but that's...
nah, it's all right, Kit. It's good. It's good. Okay.
Wouldn't be in the spirit of the game if it wasn't confusing.
That's right. Everything about it's confusing.
Well said. Well said.
I think at that point we must return to Gore, who's halfway up these structures by now,
Climbing well.
and you're still hearing this voice in your head, just these like garbled, sort of demonic sounding.
That's horrible, Kit.
Yeah, sorry, mate, but
Does it sound like when I've ever heard... I'm casting my ear back to the copse of trees where we fought the goblin on the plains. Does this sound a little bit like that weird language that wizard Grenick used?
could you do me an intelligence roll?
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I totally see what you mean.
I think poor old Gore might be trying to work out if this is
Yeah.
abyssal or whatever you people talk about.
Oh, yeah. Oh, big time.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Like the abyss, right? Abyssal.
Oh, right. So maybe...
But maybe I don't understand it because I don't speak it, whereas you two
That's
speak
right.
it.
yeah, because I
Grenick, you can speak abyssal, can't you? And I can speak abyssal as well, so that would make sense.
You know, I play midfield,
Not just a hat rack.
Just a pretty face.
not just a pretty face, right?
What's pretty about his face?
I've got to roll under, right? Under my intelligence, which is my lowest. That's 9. Aced it. It's a 1.
Right.
I can't believe you're more intelligent than me.
And what, have I got more intelligence than you? That was my worst roll.
Yeah, I'm only 8.
Well,
I say, I rolled really well.
Oh,
listen.
dear.
You,
didn't roll
with
very
your
well for
intelligence of
hit
8, you hear this whispering voice, and you realise not only does it sound similar to the sort of tone of the goblins that you killed out on the plains in that encounter before Peregrine figured out the place where the phylactery was. It's the tone of the voice is so similar. It was like, and you suddenly realise it's like a retcon thing. It's like someone's speaking through them. Whether it's the Lich or something else. But either way, all you hear is the same voice, that same choking, bloodied voice of the person you'd already half killed saying, I can't hear. Speaking like that.
So it's not so much the language, it's more that it's the...
Well, you still can't understand the language
No.
directly.
Right.
But you realise there's a connection.
And do I see any giant spiders yet for climbing this
No.
massive grate? And it's web-like.
In fact,
it's five.
No. It looks
made
like
of
a
stuff,
web.
is it?
It looks like a web from a distance, but you realise as
But it
you
actually isn't.
approach it, it's basically timber and metal, and it's just a crisscross sort of structure holding up a mine car line.
No. Right. Well, I'm going to climb up there as fast as I... Well, I tell you what. I mean... How far away is the actual minecart line, the rails? How far are they? Am I getting closer than that?
I'd say by now you've had a couple of turns. You're like halfway up to the main line, but there's no minecart you can see.
So I could get up to the... But I could... Would I have to jump back from the webbing, the structure?
Within 2 turns, you could climb, as long as you don't fail, you could climb to the top of the minecart line.
Right. Well, I think that's my plan then.
Okay, cool. And the other 2 of you, Peregrine,
That's right. Yeah.
what are you feeling, mate?
Well, listen, I hate to sound like a broken record, but I want to cast another spell.
Oh, do it. Fuck it, why not? Am I right, Jojo?
Before you do that, am I allowed to say, I'll lower a rope? Because I've got 50, you two would both know I've got 50 foot of rope with my grappling hook.
Of course.
Oh,
No,
the 10-foot
couldn't fit that
pole?
in. It would have to be one of Melf's folding poles. And I couldn't afford that. Because I spent all my money.
No.
'Cause that's one of my barbarian problems. As soon as I have the money, I just spend it all.
So if he says I'll lower a rope, well, here's my thoughts, right? I'm thinking I would cover you with my crossbow,
Good idea.
but I was thinking about casting bark skin on myself first, which just increases my armor a little bit, so I'm covering myself while I'm covering you.
Also a good idea.
I could come up there with you, but...
I'm not going to get there for 3 rounds. Minimum.
Well, then I'm not going to get there for 6 rounds, right?
Well, we can take our time once I'm up there.
That's true, I suppose. We could all climb up there.
Unless Grenick, Jojo, do you think are we missing something?
Well, I actually have a spell that I don't think... Well, it's called Spider Climb. So I could cast it on someone else to climb up.
You don't need the rope.
Well, we could use the rope, but I think I could use it on someone else.
Well, what's your dex?
My dex is 11.
Oh, it's the same as my dex. How is that possible? How are you, a little dwarf, as dexterous as me, a half-elf? My rolling is terrible.
Don't you get any bonuses for being an elf, a half-elf?
Oh, I think that includes my bonuses, to be honest.
Jesus, you must have rolled badly.
I did. Wait, though. Wait, I might get a bit of extra movement with my boots of elven kind. No, I don't think I do.
Where are you all at right now, in this moment?
Right, so Gore is offering to throw down a rope, right? And Grenick was thinking about casting Spider Climb. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking about either casting... Basically, I've got 2 thoughts. I could either cast Bark Skin on myself, just to improve my armor class.
Yeah.
Or I could cast... Sorry, I keep talking about casting spells, but that's basically all I'm good for.
That's right, we had noticed.
Yeah, or I could cast Aid on Grenick, because that'll give... Because I know your hit points is quite low, right?
Yeah.
Aid will give you a little hit point bonus just in case we get into some shit. So I wonder whether... Oh, but maybe... I don't know. What do you reckon, you two? Like, what does Spider Climb do?
Well, Spider Climb, I think I can only do it on other people. I don't know if I can do it on myself.
You can do it on a creature or a person.
Creature or a person. One of those.
Unencumbered, as in like using their bare hands and feet, they can climb like a spider really easily up structures. Although Gore's already almost at the top, so unless...
Exactly.
But can I do it on myself? Because then I could join them.
I think you probably can, unless it says you can't. I imagine you can cast it on yourself.
Unless there's a rule in the spell saying you can't cast it on yourself, it's for people and creatures, so...
I'm one of those.
Certainly one of those. Which one? Nobody knows.
Yeah. Jojo the creature.
Gore, what do you think, Gore? Do you think you need company up there, or do you think we should stay here and, like, cover you, or... Because there's someone... We think it's Ulrich coming down the corridor, but we don't know. We're hearing these voices. The thing is, I'm a bit worried about these weird crystals with faces in them, right? So I think the danger's going to come from down here, personally. I think we should be covering you from down here. That's what I think.
Well, yeah, because we don't even know if it is Oslac coming around the corner. It could just be the voices playing with us, and maybe it's all coming from these crystals. What if we attack them?
The crystals?
Yeah, what if I use my hammer? See what's inside them?
Well, I think that might be playing with fire.
I know, but that's what I do.
I know.
Literally.
What do you think, Gore? What do you think? Do you think we should come up?
We hold that maneuver in reserve.
All right.
And my instinct is someone else should be up here ready to support me. I don't mind going into the web alone, so that we've got staggered support structures, like a formation. So you've got like defense, midfield, and attack. Because at the moment we've got too many people up at the back. If the 2 of you are down there, and if, let's say that is Oslac, Gore doesn't think it is. He thinks it's a voice from the spirit world tricking him, because he doesn't trust anything. He barely trusts you two, and he's been spending the whole year with you two. So I think, yeah, he'd be pro someone else coming up here, which is why he wants to throw the rope down. I think you know him well enough. He's a 2-dimensional person.
So basically, if you were to cast Spider Climb, does that mean if you were to cast it on you or me, one of us could get up there in like 1 turn?
Yeah, I think so. Is that what it says, Kit? So I got it here.
Basically, you become as quick as a spider at climbing up surfaces.
Then I guess, what about if you could cast Spider Climb on either one of us? I don't mind. Who would be best to stay down here? Maybe you, I guess, because
I think she's there with the warhammer to smash a thing as a...
Yeah. I'm the brawn.
You can curse healing spells on me, right?
exactly. Why don't I cast something on you, like aid on you to give you some bonus hit points, while you cast spider climb on me?
Yeah, I like that. Let's do that.
That's what we do then.
Great, we've got a plan.
Oh, they're having a spell off. Do you want me to leave the room?
It's all a bit intimate.
No, you're going to enjoy this.
Kit and I, maybe we should leave the room while the two of you throw spells at each other.
You want to watch? We like an audience, don't we, Jojo?
Yeah, we need an audience. Not like that.
Not like that. So I say, I don't know about you, I'm going to cast mine first if you don't mind, Grenick.
Yeah, that's all right. You do yours.
God, they're so polite as well.
Ladies first.
Half elves first.
Age before beauty. Wait, no, hang on. I put away, what was the last bit of thing I...
Just put it away. Put it away, mate.
I've got all these different items that help me cast different spells. But I put it away and I pull out this tiny strip of white cloth with some sap from an elm. And I hold it up against Grenick's forehead. And then I hold up my amulet. No, I don't. My reliquary. How do you say that word?
Reliquary.
Reliquary.
I don't even know. What is it?
It's a little
Don't. That's all right. You carry on. I'm loving it.
It's a tiny bone fragment. So this is the point at which I switch my allegiances, and this is always difficult, of course. And I say, Kelemvor, protect this one and aid him in his time of need. And I cast aid, which basically means for 6 rounds, you get +1 to any attack rolls, so you can write that down, and any saving throws, and a special bonus of 1d8 additional hit points for the duration of the spell. So I don't know whether I should roll that or whether you want to roll it, Jojo. Shall I roll it for you?
Yeah, you roll it.
So you get these extra hit points, just temporary hit points. It's only 1.
No.
Oh, it's better than a poke in the eye with a burning stick.
Oh, it is.
Never mind. So you get +1 for your attack rolls, which might be useful, and you got a bonus hit point,
Nice.
which might help. Sorry, that's all it is.
Nah, that's good.
Great. And as that's been happening, Gore, you have reached the tracks at the top. And you find yourself, you haul yourself up, your massive fucking muscles, you haul yourself up, and you find yourself on this very thin track, going between the cave entrance and the cave entrance, about 200 yards in each direction, and you're there at the top.
Normally I wouldn't do this, but I'm going to sheath my blade.
Oh.
I don't feel comfortable about it. I think before I do lay my hand on Idrak, and I whisper in my own tongue, "Be wary, and I will be worthy." And then I slip it in.
You sheath it before you slip it in. That's what my dad said you should always do.
Whoa. All right, let's just keep it clean. I slip it back into the scabbard, which I did pay good money for.
Yeah.
And you know that all of us around here, we don't want to pay good money for things we don't want to actually use.
Yeah. We all know about Gore. His scabbard's twice the size of his sword.
Exactly. Don't believe what you hear. Believe what you lay your eyes on, and hands.
Jojo, I'm sorry about these.
Listen, all right? You were the one who brought up your boner fragment. I didn't say anything.
Oh, boner now.
Technically, I think it was a bone fragment, but I misheard. When he first said it, I thought, what on earth is this? Anyway, so I put my sword away, is what I'm trying to say. So I've got both hands. Now, how dark is it up here? Because I don't want you putting any fast ones on me, Kit Hillier, and saying that I can't see what I'm doing.
Really dark, mate. It's really dark.
I knew I should have got that extra proficiency of blind fighting. All right, so I'm going to light a torch.
What I was going to say is, I assumed you'd carry your torch with you in your teeth because you're such a barbarian.
Well, I did say, didn't I? I dropped it. Well, that would have been awesome. Why didn't I think of that? But I think I dropped it in the chaos of the voices.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Do you remember I did say I dropped my torch and I grabbed his hand, Grenick's hand, I've got 2 torches with me in my backpack, so I'll take one of those out and I'll light that. And that's probably my turn. I don't know, unless you want to give me a little bit more.
The only extra thing I'll give you is that you hear the voices again in your head saying, and you can't understand them, but the sense you get is throw yourself into the pit, kill yourself.
Really?
Yeah.
Does it have the same sort of sense of truth to it?
You're not sure. That would take an intelligence test, I think.
Well, I don't want to think about that. I barely have any, so I don't want to think about it.
It's like a voice just behind your eardrum saying, throw yourself off. But in another language that you've never encountered before.
I just say, and to hell with you too. And I light my torch.
Nice.
Yeah. Love it.
Nice. That's the things about people with really low intelligence. You can't really play on their psyche like that, can you?
Yeah.
Don't know what you're talking about, Neil. Predictably enough. Don't know, is it aimed at me? Don't know.
No, that was aimed at Gore, not you, Mikey. Come on, man.
Straight over my head. Don't know what you mean.
So did Grenick cast Spider Climb on me last turn?
No, I haven't done it yet. Let me do it now. Can I do it, Kit?
Oh, yeah. No, yeah.
Oh,
absolutely.
did we skip you? Sorry, we skipped you.
Skipped her.
Yeah, you skipped me, boys.
Oh, Jojo, it wasn't deliberate.
Nah, it's fine. Right, okay, so
2 turns. Give her 2 turns.
I get 2 turns. So spider climb.
Come on then, Grenick. Give me that spider climb.
Okay, so it lasts for five rounds. It says plus round for your level. So if you're level 5, does that mean it lasts longer?
Yeah.
Sweet. Oh my god, you're going to be so good at this.
That'll be your level. So five rounds plus your 5 levels. So 10 rounds.
Nice. Okay, so basically you become like a spider. So you've got, like Spider-Man, you're going to have like webs coming out of your feet and your hands.
Go web.
But it will mean you have to take off your elven boots.
Oh no, your boots.
Well, they've been fuck all use anyway because you've been galumphing around, so...
That is fair.
That is fair.
Yeah, we have though.
You were emotional and I was finding traps, but we should use him. Next time, we should let him go in first.
Basically, only bare feet and bare hands work with the spider climb.
So I'll put on my my ordinary shoes. What does it say? I'll put on my common shoes. I guess that means probably not Reeboks.
You can't wear shoes. That's what he just said.
No.
Nah, you gotta be bare
Oh, bare feet.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bare hands.
Fuck that. I chuck away my Vans. So have you cast that on me?
I've cast it now, yeah.
That's amazing. Thanks, Jojo. Grenick.
That's alright. You're like Spider-Man now.
And so I say, Kellenvor be with you, Grenick, and Sayanine, and then, well, I don't know whether it's my go again yet or not.
Well, we had Jojo finishing her spell, then we had, I guess you get to make a move.
So I guess it was my spell, then Jojo's spell, then Gore at the top.
I've had my gore, so now it's back to you again.
Back to me again. So well, I guess I climb up then. I'm not holding anything because I've been doing my spells with my little items, so I'm barehanded anyway.
You shimmy up these things like it's like you're jogging on
like a rat up a drain pipe.
Like a rat up a drain pipe, and you you get to the top just as Gore is pulling himself up, just off the sense of his own physical strength. And Gore, you're suddenly surprised by Peregrine arriving next to you.
Going, all right, mate. No, don't say all right, mate. I say, Gore, I am with you, and Kellenvor and Moonbow are with you.
What magic is this? I say.
It is the magic of the dwarf mage.
Then I'm glad of it. Do you hear the voice calling you into the pit?
I hear an evil voice inside my mind. We must block it out. It is the voice of the Lich King or one of his followers.
As you say that, Gore, you again hear this strange noise. Neil, Peregrine, you hear it as well, but you understand it, of course. Because, if I'm not mistaken, you have abyssal language.
I do, and maybe I'm regretting it at this moment.
The secret tongue. And you hear the words, your friend. He is not really your friend. Push him from the pedestal. Push him.
I know not to believe this. He's my friend. I fought so many battles with him, and I know I have to block it out just with, maybe with words of my own, and I say, what do you say, Gore? The barbarian and the priest fighting back to back once again to defeat evil, to drive the undead back to Kelemvor where they belong.
I say yes. That's what we're here for.
Right.
Let's kick some undead butt.
That's right.
Yeah, and how far away am I sort of in the middle of this track? You said it crosses the whole cavern.
Well, you're both basically in the middle of the track.
And is there a sense that behind this structure there is more of a sort of interior to it?
Not really, no.
No, it's just a thing that we've climbed
like
up
sort of
to get up there. Yeah.
Yeah. And you haven't had a proper look around.
Is there a breeze? I'm going to do my plains knowledge.
Oh, please do.
I'll lick my finger and I'll hold it up and feel if there's a breeze. While at the same time as I feel with one finger, pardon the expression, I look at the flickering of the flame in my torch to see if there's any movement.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. As if there's a sort of entrance.
How well do you do?
Right. So I guess I'm doing tracking, really. That's what I'm on.
Yeah, that makes sense. Tracking.
Because I'm sort of using techniques that would tell me if there was an entrance or an exit and who's gone where. Or hunting. Your call. I mean, tracking was 2 proficiency slots, so I'd love to use it.
I'd say you use your instincts and pick.
Yeah, I'll do tracking. It's wisdom again, lads and ladies. 7. I've done it again. I've rolled well on my proficiencies.
Hey.
Yes.
So you were trying to tell if you could see.
Is one way an entrance and one way further down?
Well, what you tell is that both ways you look, they're heavily shadowed, obviously. But there's one that has a cleaner sense of air to it. And you're reminded of when in doubt, Meridoc Brandybuck, always follow your nose. And just as you're smelling that, you look down and you see just behind Grenick, you see the black crystal, this face sort of form, this distended jaw, and this face sort of swarm around her almost. And then it's back to Jojo's turn. Right, Jojo?
Well, am I being swarmed?
Well, you don't know what's happening. You're just looking up at them casually, and you've cast your spider climb on Peregrine, and he's joined Gore, and you're there down on the floor, ready to take on anyone else who might try and assist the situation. But what do you want to do? That's all you know for now.
Well, I'm watching them, and I've got my hammer in hand, and I'm sort of looking about, sort of waiting to see Oslac, but he hasn't come yet, has he?
All you heard was Oslic's voice. But as you say that, you see him appear at the tunnel's entrance.
Uh-oh.
And you see his sort of, you can tell underneath his ruff, you can see the tattooed symbols on his neck, and his powdered face, and he sort of appears there at the entrance and says, "Oh, how do, Grenick? There you are. I can help you from this situation, don't you worry. Come with me. Your companions are lost, I fear."
Never!
Remember, this is the man who helped you out of the tavern in Westervold, and, you've reason to trust him.
But he's got the symbols on his neck.
Well, he has tattoos on his neck.
Are they the same tattoos that we recognise that, well, I'm not down there, but are they tattoos that she's seen on him before or not?
Yeah.
Yes. They're the same tattoos he had last time we saw
Oh,
him.
right, okay.
Fine. It's not like he's suddenly decided he's going to get some tribal tattoos.
He turns up and he's just tattooed all over his body. No, not at all.
He looks exactly as we remember him.
Exactly.
Because that's all he is. A memory. Maybe?
Exactly what we remember him.
That's all.
Well, that's the thing.
And he's there, lingering in the doorway.
The lurker on the threshold, perhaps.
Well, you were on fire tonight, Neil.
Thank you.
If you weren't such a gullible shit, I'd be really impressed.
If I wasn't dicking around with you lot, I could be writing a book or some shit.
Feel free, mate. Feel free.
Yeah, write it down,
Mate,
Neil.
get on it. Get on it.
I went to football practice, as you said. I smell, but I did do something.
Yeah, right. I was been sat in my bedroom.
He had trials for Liverpool. No, he was on trial in Liverpool.
You should be a comedian.
That's really
Kit.
good. Kit, what a grown-up joke.
That's your mum's joke, I know.
I know, she said it a few times.
More like your dad's joke. Gore.
Jojo, Grenick, that's what you see. You turn and you see that behind you, but you're also aware of this situation happening above you.
Right, can I talk to him?
To who?
To Oslac.
What was that? What was that you just said, Neil? What was that?
When?
Just now.
How long ago?
You hearing voices?
No. Why don't you say it again?
Say what again?
What you just said?
What I just said? I haven't said anything for about 5 minutes.
No, you just said something about my dad.
Oh,
Fucking hell.
nothing. You're imagining things. You're listening to things. You're hearing things.
Am
And you're
I hearing voices?
like Gore.
Gore the God Butcher. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I'm not sure if you can tell the difference between the game and the real life sometimes.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll worry. It looks like him then, does it?
It looks like him. Smells like him.
Oh, it looks like him. But the other two of you, you're up on the thing. So, Jojo, unless you want to do something, I'm going to cut back to the others.
Well, I want to talk to him. Oslac.
Well, tell me what you say to him before I cut back to the others. You won't have a full conversation, but you can say something.
Oh. Or say, Oslac, where are the dwarves that lived here?
Good.
Good question.
Why is this place so abandoned?
Nice.
Another good question.
And, great question, Jojo. And all you hear back is a little chuckle that seems to be caught. Almost like he catches himself halfway through and realises it's inappropriate and then says, oh, the dwarves that lived here. They're not here anymore, obviously. You've not seen them. There's time to make space for other folks. I'm so sorry about this. So sorry about this, Grenick, but your people, they don't really fit into the new way of things.
What do you mean, the new way of things?
Well, you know, it's hard to describe. I can show you a graph if you'd like to come up this way.
Oh,
A graph.
a graph?
And then he bursts into laughter and he goes, I'm joking. I've come to help you, fucking hell. Right, what are you fighting down here?
He does that posh voice so well, doesn't he?
I know he does.
Kit, when he does Oslac, I
Yeah,
always think
shut up, mate. Shut up. Fucking hell. I don't...
How far is Oslac? Can I see Oslac? Can Gore?
If you're looking down from the thing, he's ventured far enough into the cavern that you can just about see him. And he's very far down below you now because you're at the top of the cavern. But you can see him sort of remonstrating with Grenick.
Maybe we couldn't hear him either.
Probably couldn't hear the specifics.
No, but I could sort of hear the voice. I whisper to Peregrine and I say, the air is sweeter this way. And I start in my sort of, my pantherine, is that the word? I don't know what's the word? Pantherline? Pantherinian?
Panthero from Thundercats.
Yeah. Snarf.
I'm like Panthera from Thundercats, basically, in this point, with more hair, but, I mean, still as awesome, and as purple, probably. I'm sort of sneaking along, but do I see Grenick moving towards him? Cynehelm.
Yeah, you see Grenick moving slightly towards Oslac.
I am walking towards him.
Yeah. As you do that,
So I don't trust that ranger, rogue, bard, triple character class cunt. I mean, no, bad language. Son of a gun.
you're not sure what he is. He could have been Ranger, Rogue, Bard. He could have been any of them. Yeah, it's tricky. It's tricksy.
That's the thing about NPCs, they can break the rules like that, can't they?
Can't they just?
Yeah, we don't know if they're on our side or not.
I follow Gore drawing my light crossbow.
Well, I'm thinking I'm going to stop and I'm going to get my sling out.
Nice.
Great.
Well, actually, how good are you with... what do I know? When was the last time you fired that? Was that back at Westervold? Did you fire that at the tavern? I can't remember how good you are with that.
How good am I with my light crossbow? Well, that's a very good question. I've got proficiency with it, but what more do you need to know?
I think you might be better placed at covering that while I check out the other side.
I still got to roll my Thaco, right? I don't know whether if I got a proficiency on it, do I get a little bonus? Probably.
No, you avoid the -2.
Oh, fine. Well, then it's... Yeah, I mean, it does quite a lot of damage, I suppose. The crossbow.
Probably more than my sling bullet does. And also, I tell you what, my range is rubbish. I'm just thinking who's best to be watching.
Well, crossbow does 1d4. What does your sling do?
Well, while this is happening, all you hear, Jojo, in your head is, these friends of yours, they're not friends. They are enemies. And you hear this sort of rasping voice. That's all you hear. There's, to your left, all there is a giant black crystal pushing up from the ground.
Okay, I grab Oslac. Just like a little bit, not like really rough, but just closer to me, and I just say,
Well, you'll have to run back a bit to get to Oslac, because he's still in the mouth of the cave.
oh wait, I thought he was closer to me. Okay, alright. No, I'm not going to leave these guys.
Your sling does actually more damage than my crossbow, although it seems hard to believe. Seems counterintuitive.
It's because I bought the bullets. So the bullets are better. They're 1d6, aren't they?
That's right. Well, 1d4 plus 1 or 1d6 if it's...
Oh, sorry, yeah, 1d4 plus 1 on small to medium. But all the same, it's not that much of a difference. Yours is 1d4, right?
Yeah, 1d4 for either, I think, and yours is 1d4 plus 1 or 1d6 plus 1.
I think if there's anything up there, I should face it alone.
Wait, that's weird. Your sling does more damage to bigger creatures.
Well, it's David and Goliath, isn't it?
It's classic David and Goliath. But anyway, no, I mean, you're better, like, hand to hand, so I reckon I'm better at covering, technically.
If you hold here, I think I do this. I point to my eyes, and I point down at her.
Yeah.
And I just say, I don't trust anything he says, if it's even him.
No, right. That's true. I'll hold my ground here. I'll make sure I'm aimed on him.
And then I just sneak over towards this, but I'm going as fast as I dare, Kit. I'm gonna take all the risks to get there as fast as I possibly can. Dexterity check?
Yeah, please.
Well, but I tell you what I will do, just moments before, I stow my sling in my pouch, which is where my sling is. I keep it around my wrist. I tie that back on, but I put the bullet back in my pouch, and I get out the grappling hook, and I attach it to the 50-foot rope, and that's what I've got. I've got that in my right hand, and I've got the torch in my left, and then I run to the door. Oh, and I've aced not aced it. I've passed it again on a 16, the dexterity check. This is crazy.
And as you get there,
As close as you can get.
as you get to the door, you see, just before you hit it, you see this. It's like this thing. It's like it doesn't have legs.
What?
oh,
With a dangling anatomy.
All right, that's enough about our gym teacher. Come on, let's move on.
No, I'm not talking about Mr. Milsom. No. You see these huge claws, these, like, fucking obsidian claws. But the body is just missing. It just fades into nothing beneath it.
Oh,
and
no.
it just drifts across, like, in this sort of surreptitious way, and hides itself behind a crag of the rock. And all you remember, really, is its eyes.
All I remember?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, no, I'm not saying you died. I'm just saying, like, But it distracts you enough. It takes your attention enough that it takes you away from trying to escape through that tunnel. And you just see this legless body drifting across the empty space.
Oh, this is undead. This is like some kind of weird wraith or something, isn't it?
Oh, it's like the Groke.
Wait, the Groke of Lava Groke?
Yeah, no, like the Groke in the Moomins.
I don't know the Moomins. I watched it when I was a kid.
It's the spirit.
You've got to stop talking about the Moomins, Jojo, because none of us know what it is.
It's like the spirit of death, basically. Spirit of death.
Nice.
Oh.
Comes out in the winter.
Right. What does it do?
It freezes people, kills people, yeah.
The Moomins is much darker than I remember. I just remember all the kind of cute stuff.
Whose go is it?
Sounds like his death's go. Did he see that? On that point, though, does Brother Peregrine see it?
I'm looking down at Grenick.
Yeah, that's true. But maybe peripheral vision? That's one of your moves.
You're looking down at Grenick, but you see Grenick's eyes following this thing above and sort of to the left of you.
Oh, so Grenick sees it as well?
So, oh God, I'm looking.
Grenick sees it, definitely. Maybe Peregrine, you even catch a glimpse of this sort of this shifting shape.
Oh, shit. Right. I just while I'm covering Grenick, out my peripheral vision, I'd like to be looking around. Do I see any more bones or anything up here?
On the tracks? No.
Okay, right.
I think I know what I'm going to do, but I think I've run up towards that exit and I've triggered something there. So I think these two have both got options for...
Well, I've been told to cover Grenick, and I'm still covering Grenick, looking at Oslac. Is Oslac approaching?
Now you don't know which one to cover, do you? I don't know what...
Oslac is staying in the sort of entrance to the cavern and clearly talking to Grenick. Sort of you hear this sort of exchange of no, don't worry about that. I can help you out of here. This is a dangerous place to be in. Good lord. Let me help you out.
I yell down, Grenick, we stay together.
Can I hear him, or am I still transfixed by this thing?
You can hear him audibly. You can hear him. Whether or not you're still transfixed is another matter.
So I can hear Peregrine too, though.
Yeah.
So I feel like I want to get up there now, but I don't like being down here on my own.
No, I sympathise.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. You're quite exposed.
And I don't know if I trust Oslac.
And in fact, as you're thinking that, you feel this sort of wind blow on the back of your neck, and you turn slightly and you see this huge obsidian claw sort of wisp past you, and you suddenly realise just how exposed you are.
A while back, we saw things closing in on Grenick.
A face kind of came in.
Am I still seeing things closing in on her?
Yeah, well, like a face pressed in and claws sort of swept past, but nothing solid.
Similar to the thing that's just approached Gore.
Yeah, I guess you could say that, yeah. But they're not material. They're not
Oh, shit.
that easily defined.
They're spirits.
Yeah, exactly. You're seeing things that, if they were easily defined, it would be quite easy to
Define them.
harm them. But as it is...
Gore, can you see the phylactery?
So, the truth is I can't, right? But the lodestone pointed up.
Yeah.
But it pointed up, but I was sort of imagining it pointed into this structure, but it didn't actually, it turns out, because you can't get into this structure.
It seems like it was pointing to where you are now. But as far as you can see, it's just tracks. And you can't see any objects.
Use your hammer on the crystals, I yell. And then I whisper under my breath in my own language. I am worthy. I hook the grappling hook onto the railings. I throw the torch off towards where I last saw the wraith, as I'm calling it. And then I throw the torch off there in that direction, I hook myself onto the rail line using my left hand. I pull the sword in my right, Idrak, and I point, blade down, in the death beckoning of my people, and I say, "I come for you, Lich King."
When you throw the torch, it tips down into the chasm, but as it passes the lower level, as it were, where Grenick still stands, you see this shadowy figure sort of suddenly lit behind one of the crystals scoot away across the floor, and you hear this sort of as if it's in pain.
Fire. Doesn't like fire. Good to know.
Oh, that's good.
Useful to have you. Glad you're with us.
I get the feeling there's a lot of these creatures.
You've got a climbing skill going on. I don't.
Yeah, I've still got my spidey senses.
You're still up there on the rails. There's a tunnel leading in either direction, but the lodestone was still pointing to the fact that the phylactery was up where you are.
Did you go in the direction of the foul scent or the good scent?
I went in the sweet scent, yeah.
Oh, well, it's going to be in the other direction.
Well, only a cleric could do that.
I turn and I head in direction of the foul scent.
Good lord.
Into hell. Into hell.
And I'm heading that direction all the way. I'm looking around to see if there are any corpses or bones or anything on the way.
I'll give Jojo one last chance to meet up with you lads.
Right.
If you want to.
No, I want to get up there.
But you're currently down on the floor.
Having a chat with Oslac.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were chatting with Oslac, so you've heard his voice. You've seen him appear at the foot of the cave, but he hasn't come any closer. He's sort of lingering in there.
Almost like a ward is holding him back.
Yeah, it's some dark spell or something holding him back. I don't know, because I heard Gore shout, "Smash the crystals with your hammer," and I was like, it's sort of like faint in my head, and I think I need to do something like big and
Dramatic.
disastrous.
Yeah.
Dramatic. So I do that. I pick up my hammer and I smash the nearest crystal to me.
Okay, great. You do so, and as it shatters, you see the faces. You see in every shard there's a different face, and they all shatter away from you. And this sort of blackened sort of gas, I guess, escaping. And then you hear far closer to you, Oslac Kennel saying, "Well, who's your friends up there? Are you? I can take you around a simpler way."
I thought he was a posho.
He's all sorts. He's all...
Yeah, he was doing a posh voice.
I'm really confused by it. He is definitely a rogue.
Yeah.
He's a ranger rogue bard.
Don't trust him. Don't trust him.
Triple class.
There's a reason you can't recognise his accent every time he speaks.
I know. That's what I'm trying to tell her.
Right, I don't trust Oslac.
I'm backing up Lavagrok, so I'm going to hold on with the left hand, and I've called this thing out, and I swing down for it. I mean, I'm imagining... tell me if I'm completely wrong here, Kit, but I'm imagining I'm just trying to chase it with my sword as I'm swinging through the air.
Well, I've got hiccups, so it'll be hard to make.
It's those fucking brownies, Kit.
You gotta hold your breath, Kit, and drink upside down.
So I think I'm swinging through the air, trying to hit this thing, which is ambitious of me. I'm nothing if not ambitious. How far away is it? Do I get to have a little shot on its rear?
This was an Apocalypse Players production. For more information, please visit apocalypseplayers.com.